Okay, so are you ready to unlock some serious spoken English skills?
Absolutely.
Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Today, we're all about getting you comfortable and confident speaking English in everyday situations, right? Like work, travel, making friends, like all that good stuff.
Yeah, those tricky situations that can sometimes trip us up.
Exactly. And to help us with this, we're going to be taking a deep dive into episode 7 of English Unlocked on YouTube.
A great resource.
Yeah, it's called 100 plus daily use English sentences for speaking, which, like right off the bat, sounds super practical, right?
Oh, for sure.
So they break it down into three main areas. They have everyday life, work, and travel, and then social situations.
Those are the big ones.
Right. So I guess for our listeners, I'd be curious, like, which of these areas feels like the most pressing for you right now? Like, where do you want to feel that extra boost of confidence?
I think that's a great question because often what I find is that the biggest hurdle for English learners isn't necessarily the grammar, you know?
It's not like the super complex stuff.
It's not that, it's actually just having those everyday phrases on the tip of your tongue.
Yes.
Like you know what you want to say, but you just don't know how to say it.
It's so true. It was like you get in that moment and your mind goes blank.
Exactly. So this episode is amazing because it gives you those ready-to-go phrases.
It's like a cheat sheet for life.
Yeah, exactly. And what I really appreciate is that they don't just give you the list, you know?
Right.
They actually emphasize the importance of practice.
Right.
They have these exercises built in, which is so crucial because, language isn't passive. You got to use it.
Yeah, I'm such a big believer in that, like, even if you feel a little silly, like saying these phrases out loud,
Yeah,
it's like muscle memory, but for your mouth.
absolutely. And I love that they encourage you to create your own scenarios too, you
I mean,
know?
of course.
So if you learn a phrase like, could you tell me more about, they say, imagine you're at a conference, someone's talking about their work,
Oh, I see.
and then boom, you use it.
Right. So you're not just memorizing it, you're actually like connecting it to a real life situation.
Yeah, you're
It's like it
living.
makes it stick so much better.
Totally. So let's jump into some examples because I think that's where it gets really exciting. Let's start with everyday life.
Okay, perfect.
So they have this phrase, what are you up to today? Now, this seems super simple, right?
Yeah, it
But
is.
think about the nuance. It's not demanding. It's just a friendly way to show interests.
It's not like, what are you doing? You know?
Exactly. It's casual. It's like, hey, what's going on? And then they also give you variations like, got any plans for the weekend?
Oh, I like that. So you're starting to pick up on the subtle differences between, when you would use one phrase versus another.
Right. And that's where fluency really comes in. You're not just repeating, you're choosing the right phrase for the
It's like
context.
you're leveling up your English.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got our everyday life example. What are you up to? What else stood out to you from the episode?
In the travel section, there was one I really liked. Is it far from here?
Oh, that's a classic.
Right. Like, how often do you need that when you're traveling?
All the time.
Right. And then they teach you how to follow up. Like, how long would it take to walk there? Or, could I take a bus?
Exactly. So you're not just stuck with one phrase, you're building a whole conversation.
And I'm already picturing myself, I'm in a foreign country. I need to ask for directions.
Yeah.
And I'm not nervous. I'm confident because I know exactly what to say.
And you'll be understood.
Exactly. And that's here. That's like the magic of it, right? Like when these phrases become so natural to you.
Second nature.
Yeah. It opens up a whole world of interaction and experience.
You're not held back by the language anymore.
Exactly. So to our listeners, like as you're doing these phrases, I think what's really key is to visualize yourself actually using them.
Oh, I love that.
Like picture the places you'll be, picture the conversations you'll have.
Manifest it.
Yeah. And let that excitement fuel your practice.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Awesome. Well, thanks for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, happy English speaking.
You got this.
We'll see you next time.
See you, Larry. Bye.